So I was telling you about Miss Hena Nagpal. She is the director with Altmount Select. She has an economics honors graduate from Lady Shriram College. She has done her MBA from Symbiosis Pune. Hena has a rich experience of over 2 decades in the field of private banking, investment banking, and wealth management. Before venturing into entrepreneurship, Hena has worked with companies like American Express, Standard Chartered, HSBC Private Banking, and Barclays Wealth. So, ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of the time, I would like to invite Ms. Hena to please come over and share her experiences of her wealth management entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much for having me over. My presentation is not as sensational as Sumit's, so it's a tough job being after him. But Hanji gave me this topic and I'd like to speak about it. जब भांजी ने मेरे को ये टॉपिक दिया कि यू टॉक अबाउट विमेन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, पहली चीज मेरे दिमाग में आई मैं क्या बोलूं जो ऐसा डिफरेंट है विच इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल टू मेन. एंड देन आई कॉल्ड अप अ फ्यू पीपल एंड आई ट्राई टू टेक इनपुट्स इंक्लूडिंग शर्मा जी एंड आई सेड क्या बोलूं मैं. So they all said, talk about how difficult the industry is, what are the challenges that you face as a woman. और मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा है कि नहीं boss, this industry is not tough. It is a very good industry for women to be in. Okay. So yes, I will talk about challenges, but let's start with our strengths. It's disappointing to see that there are very few women, but I'm hoping कि आज जो मैं बोलूंगी, you will carry it back to your family members so that they are encouraged to join the field today. Let's just make it a little interactive. I just want you, let me ask you. I can see some 5-6 women here. What do you think are the strengths a woman has in this field?
But yes, it's strength, it's faith, it's trust. No, I can do it. And I can surely say this is a women's strength and only women can think like this.
Yeah. So what you have said was you had a challenge, but you see it as a strength because you are versatile. You can manage multiple things.
Yes, multiple things. Yes, and hardship in between.
Correct.
But yes, I've overcome each and everything with positivity, with yes, faith on God as well. And I know whatever I'm doing, it's best for my future and for my child future as well. So nobody can stop me.
So good, big hand for you.
Thank you.
Anybody else who wants to tell me about the strengths?
I think only a woman is capable of multitasking and managing work-life balance. I mean, a man does, I think work harder and I think is working hard. I think ज़्यादा काम कर रहे हैं, giving extra time to the work and not to the family. But women somehow manages work as well as house efficiently, and I think no other person can multitask like that.
Yes, I've seen you at work and you do it very efficiently. Of course, please, anybody else. Even men are free to talk. It's not like you don't see any strength in us.
Good evening, everybody. So as a lady, the strength that I feel is, especially being an Indian lady, we are emotionally more charged up. And I think that helps us connect with our clients better to understand their problem and give them investment as a solution. That way, my retainership and the retention of my clients is much more greater. When my clients come back to me saying redemption करना है क्योंकि एक अच्छा अमाउंट दिख रहा है, तो I always take them back to अच्छा आपने किस गोल के लिए किया था, तो वो तो अभी पहुंचा नहीं है, so they go back again and then they continue the journey. So I feel on that emotional level I'm able to connect with them better.
So you feel women are more empathetic and understand the other person's point of view, are more creative with the solution.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Anybody else for strengths, and then we'll just... Yes. Not to take anything away from men. I'm sure they're also very organized and have a lot of strengths. But I personally believe that... next. yes, so if I were to really talk about what I think are the women's strengths is, they're empathetic, they're better leaders. Okay, someone once told me that women make better bosses because they can understand what the other person is saying and empathize with them and provide solutions. And I think, it was told to me by a man, and I think he was very bang on right. I do think women make better leaders. आज की डेट में अगर मेरा कोई कॉलीग आता है मुझसे कुछ बोलने के लिए कि मेरी मतलब मेड नहीं है घर पे, my approach is how to solve her problem or his problem so that they can come back to office feeling happy. I also feel we are in this particular industry where a lot depends on meeting new clients. I think women are better door openers. It's tough to bang down the phone on a woman. I think this is a strength that we should play upon as women because we are just better door openers, I feel. We work harder, we don't waste time, we don't take smoke breaks, we don't take 1.5 hour lunch breaks. We just work, get home to our children. We are creative, collaborative, and risk-taking ability. Now, where does this risk-taking ability come from? Creative and collaborative, तो मैंने studies से उठा लिया और लगा दिया यहाँ पे. But I believe that we have better risk-taking ability. Whatever said and done, India में आज की date में the primary responsibility of the house, being the bread earner, is not yours. It's not the woman's. I'm not saying that they don't have financial stress. I am saying that they have. But there is that leeway that you have कि चल बॉस अच्छे से काम करते हैं, अपने तरीके से काम करते हैं. So you have a higher risk-taking ability and you tend to enjoy your work more. So now let's come up to the challenges, which is everyone's favorite topic. What are the challenges women face? We've already got one, that the work-life balance they have to maintain, because whatever said and done, the house responsibility and the children's responsibility is theirs. और ये इंसिडेंट मेरे साथ खुद हुआ है. मैं मीटिंग में बैठी हूँ, हैवी ड्यूटी मीटिंग, भैया घर पे हैं, सामने हैं, फिर भी मेरे को फोन आएगा, दीदी आज क्या बनाना है. So it's a hard reality which happens. So anybody up here, tell me what are the challenges that they face other than what I've written. Constantly prove yourself. This is, I think, where it's coming from my heart. So what happens is, just like we get easy access, we are good door openers. But once you go in for that meeting, okay, at least in North India, I have seen it's more difficult for me to prove myself than for a man with a similar experience. मेरे को ना 4-5 मिनट लगते हैं बंदे को बोलने के, भैया मेरे को पता है मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ, मेरे पास सेंस है. So this is something I wish North India we could work on. So to be honest with you, when I saw so many men, very few women, ask Yashrika, I was nervous. I was like, I will get judged today. So, but this is something that we need to work on. But it's a reality today. Okay, now this is part B of my presentation, which I thought was somebody who's been in this industry for over 2 decades. I wanted to share my view, and I thought this was an excellent opportunity for me to share where I think the industry is going. Bhanji told me that you have to inspire women leaders and you have to give them some direction. Direction of unisex to ho nahi sakti. So this is where I feel that the industry is going. And please, I'll be happy if any of you want to give me your input. Oh, let me just dwell on this. There is a reason why I've chosen this slide. This is a slide of a cave, right? We are made to believe that we are mutual fund distributors, right? SEBI does not help our cause. Investment advisor le liya. But the fact of the matter is, we are financial doctors. We bring financial convenience to our clients. We bring products, we bring experience, we bring solutions. So don't ever think of yourself as just a mutual fund distributor. It's time that you thought of yourself as financial doctors, which is what I really think you all are worth. So let me go on to the next slide. आज की डेट में क्या स्ट्रैटेजी होनी है? स्ट्रैटेजी एक तो है न्यू एक्विजिशन क्लाइंट्स लाने हैं, दूसरी है जो एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स है उनका भी वॉलेट शेयर या उनकी भी रेवेन्यू इंक्रीज करना है. ठीक है, दो उसमें एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स का, एक तो आपको अपना खुद का इंक्रीज करना है यील्ड, ताकि मान लो आपकी 100 करोड़ की बुक है या 40 करोड़ की बुक है, उसमें अगर आपको 0.5 मिल रहा है, यू हैव टू टेक इट अप टू 1%. But you have to also be careful that in your attempt to do that, at no point in time, the client's interest should be sacrificed. That means client को भी ऐसे प्रोडक्ट दो जो आपके लिए, आपके हिसाब से अच्छे वर्कआउट करे और उसके हिसाब से भी अच्छे वर्कआउट करे. I think this is something that we should look into. So let's go to the next slide. This is, I wish we could have got it bigger, but since it's very small, I'll just read it out to you. According to me, this is a universe of investments. I'm sure that I've left out quite a few. But in real estate, you can do REITs, you can do InvITs, you can do AIFs, you can do structures. There are lots of SPV structures. International real estate is making a very good, there's a lot of demand for it, right? Other than equity, you have, मुझे खुद ही नहीं पढ़ा जा रहा, FDs, you have NCDs, you have credits, you have bonds, of course, FDs, of course, you have debt PMSs, you have long short funds, you have digital assets, you have gold, equity again, PMS, AIF, equity advisory, overseas investments, especially, you know, with the NASDAQ having crashed. This is, I think, good time to start getting into even that. Pre-IPOs, pre-IPOs overseas also. You know, there are unlisted companies overseas. In today's date, there are ways of doing this, right? So now expand your thinking, see what your client wants and what you can deliver. Now, I want to touch upon the concept of fractional assets. We are very lucky that in today's date, I think according to me, the next decade is going to be about fractional assets. What are fractional assets? Fractional assets basically means, मान लो 1 crore की investment है, you will break it down into 1 lakh or 5 lakh or 50,000. Something that, you know, the larger numbers can play. India is a game about numbers. And I think people recognize that. And I really believe strongly that the next decade is going to be about fractional assets. Now, for fractional assets, can you invest in a property in Dubai with 1 lakh of rupees earning you a yield of 15%? The answer is yes. Can you get into any kind of discounting play where your counterparty is HUL, ITC, you know, the stalwarts of the industry? Again, with 1 lakh, yes, you can. Can you pick up a credit? Let's say you have credit mutual funds, but can you pick up single credits as low as 10 lakhs, but good credits? Yes, you can. So my point is that the next decade is going to be about fractional assets. Write those numbers, write that way. Let's go to the next. So what happens when you do expand your horizon? Of course, mutual funds is a very, very important part of where we are. We are distributors, and whatever said and done, that is the core of your book. But also what I need you to know is that if you widen your horizon, right, you can increase the yield for your client, you can increase the yield for your own book, and it's an acquisition bait. Today, I want to tell you this, that I realized that बस म्यूचुअल फंड जाके बेचूंगी, वो क्लाइंट शायद ना आए, बट इफ आई कैन गिव हिम समथिंग सेंसिबल, इट्स अ वेरी गुड वे टू स्टार्ट ऑफ, एंड उसके बाद म्यूचुअल फंड बुक बिल्ड कर सकते हैं. आई एम नॉट किडिंग यू, but what I built all these years, last 4 years, I was able to double my book with this strategy. So I've been in this for more than 22 years. जो भी मैंने 18 साल में किया, वही 4 साल में मैंने replicate कर दिया. So from my own personal experience, I really urge you to look at all this. Now, ठीक है. Now, where is the problem? Problem is execution platform बहुत है. International में आप बोलो Saxo Trading है, Charles Schwab है, credits में Giraffe है, fractional real estate में Frac Assets है, बहुत platforms आएंगे. अभी शुरुआत हुई है इन platforms की. Question is, how do you pick the right platform? You need somewhere where there is knowledge and where there is trust, right? These two are the problems, not execution platform, right? When I also start a new product, I don't sell it for 1 year. I just want to understand who is the guy at the other end. What is he talking about? Can I trust him? अपनी स्टोरी बताती हूँ. मैंने एक बॉन्ड फंड उठा लिया था 2017 में. सोच रही थी इंटरेस्ट रेट, इंटरनेशनल बॉन्ड फंड, लेवरेज बॉन्ड फंड. मैंने सोचा इंटरेस्ट रेट नीचे आएंगे तो यील्ड अच्छी होगी. एक साल में नेगेटिव दे दिया. Point is, we don't understand that bond market, right? And when I talked about the inverse yield curve on that bond market, that fund manager told me, नहीं international market में तो कभी inverse हो ही नहीं सकती. 2019-22 में हो गई ना. So we have to recognize that we have limited ability in terms of knowledge, specialized knowledge, and we have to be able to create a ecosystem where we can trust that other person and have that knowledge given to us. Okay. So here I'm going to go to the next slide, where I'm going to come back to what Sumit told us for about almost 40 minutes. We are all here to build a business. How do you build a business? Have a vision. See market trends, read, okay? There is this AMFI trends report which tells you which way it's trending, right? Read those, trust your brain. Then invest time and money, okay? You can't just invest time. You have to invest money also into what you want to do and into your business. And I can't say this enough. I think Sumit also said it a lot. Collaborate, collaborate, and collaborate. आज की डेट में there are 1.09 lakh individual MFDs, 1,700 corporates and 8,800 senior citizens. मैं कह रही हूँ 1% भी अगर मिल जाए, okay, even if you know 1%, 1 lakh rupee, do you realize what a good product desk we can create? It will be somewhere you can trust that person कि हाँ भैया आपने सारे प्रोडक्ट में चूज करके पढ़ के मेरे को दिया है, अब मैं बेच के आते हैं. You want to say something? 2 minutes left. Okay. So yeah, let me now tell you what are the headwinds of our industry and what are the tailwinds of our industry. Acquisition. Now, when I'm going in for acquisition, 53% of the MFDs are based in top 30. The 50% of our AUM is in top 3 cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. Your concentration risk of MFDs in the 3 cities, including NCR, is already very high. Okay? The lower end is getting taken up by technology. You will not be able to compete with it. If you try to do this 1,000 rupees SIP, that's my reading. I might be totally wrong, right? Of course, you'll increase in numbers, but bear in mind 2 things, right? It's very important to have an SIP book. There is no question about it. But that's a declining trend in terms of your revenue. That is also a threat to you because technology is going to take over the lower end. So you need to think, where do you want to, which client do you want to target? SIPs, I'll give you interesting data. SIP from Cafe Mutual, 30% or 33% is already through direct mode. Yes, some will burn their fingers, some will come back, but you need to understand that just like large caps have got commoditized, it's a matter of time, but it's still some time away where a lot of things get commoditized and you will not be able to value add beyond the point. Passive funds are taking over, revenue in that is short, fine ways, declining revenues on mutual funds. Now, what are the tailwinds? Our mutual fund industry is still growing by 16%. 5-year average is 16%. There's a lot of growth you can expect there. Equity AUM to market capitalization is only 6%. Equity is something which is also higher revenue yielding. You can play here, you can increase. And fractional assets, according to me, is the name of the future. Now, I'm going to end this. And I'm going to end this with a story, and I think the women will be able to relate with this more than the men. So in 2012, when I left Barclays, I was doing very well in terms of both performance and in terms of the salary that I was earning in my batch. But I left it. I couldn't take it. I had a small son who was 6 months old, and I had a daughter, she was 4 years old. I wanted peace. I didn't want to get up every 1st of January and be given a target, right? To me, at that point in time, what was success for me? Success for me was to spend time with my children, to get my life back, to enjoy myself. अगले 4-5 साल जो मैंने मतलब मजे किए, I can't tell you. I went out with my friends, I went for holidays, I spent time with my children, just coloring with them was such a novelty for me. That I did. Then, when my mind got refreshed and I wanted to get back into business, I will never have that kind of burning passion. But when I wanted to get back into business, I took it up, right? And today, I have 2-3 companies. Amongst these 3 companies, I'm earning more than what my counterparts at the banks who didn't leave are earning. So if somebody tells you can't have it all, tell them you can. And I love this thing. Success is liking yourself. It is liking what you do. And then enjoying that processing, liking how you do it. So with that, I'm going to end my presentation.
देश विदेश की ताज़ा तरीन खबरों से अपडेट रहने के लिए आप हमारे चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करें और साथ ही बेल आइकन को भी ज़रूर दबाएं ताकि सभी खबरों से आप और आपके जानने वाले रह सके अपडेट।